What's up, everybody? Marvell here, founder of Offer AI. And today we're going to talk about something that is, without a doubt, the single biggest reason most real estate agents fail when it comes to online lead generation. It's the reason they burn thousands of dollars on ads, get frustrated, and ultimately quit saying, Facebook ads don't work. And what is that reason? It's because they are tracking the wrong numbers. Okay. They're obsessed with a vanity metric that makes them feel good, but has absolutely no correlation whatsoever to their bank account. All right. I'm talking, of course, about cost per lead. All right. Now, you've seen it in the Facebook groups, right? Agents saying, I'm getting $5 seller leads, or I got my CPL down to $10. And everybody piles on saying, what's your secret? What copy are you using? What image did you use? And I'm here to tell you that it is the absolute wrong conversation to be having. Okay, cost per lead is a vanity metric. It's a distraction. It's a fool's gold. And today I'm going to show you why, and I'm going to give you the exact three metrics, the only three metrics that you should actually be tracking if you want to build a predictable, scalable, and profitable listing business. So if you're tired of chasing cheap leads that go nowhere and you're ready to start thinking like a real business owner, then make sure to stick around. This is going to be an absolute game changer for you. All right. So the first thing we need to do here is we need to make a fundamental mindset shift. Okay. You have to stop thinking like a lead generator and start thinking like a business owner. What is the difference, you may ask? A lead generator's job is to generate leads as cheaply as possible. They see the lead as the end product, but a business owner's job is to acquire customers profitably. They see a lead as just the very tip of the iceberg, the very first step in a much longer process. Think about it like this. If you owned a restaurant, would you care more about the cost of a single tomato, or would you care about the cost to put a finished, profitable plate of pasta in front of a paying customer? It's the same thing. You'd care about the cost of the finished plate, right? The tomato is just one small ingredient. A lead is your tomato. It's a raw ingredient. It's not the finished product. The finished product is a signed listing agreement. And if you're not tracking the cost to get to that finished product, you're flying blind. So we're going to throw cost per lead in the trash. Garbage. It's gone. Bye-bye. And then we're going to replace it with three numbers that actually tell you the health of your business, okay? Now, the first metric here is the one that truly matters, is cost per qualified appointment. Some people call it cost per appointment, but I add the word qualified in there for a very specific reason, which we'll get to. So what is it? It's a simple formula. You take total ad spend, divide it by the number of qualified appointments that actually get booked on your calendar, not leads, not conversations, not maybes. We're talking about a firm date and time in your calendar with a seller who's been vetted and has shown intent. Why is this the first number that matters? Because it's the first real tangible milestone in your sales process. A lead is just the name and a phone number. It's potential. An appointment is commitment. It's a real conversation that has a real chance of turning into a deal. Now, this metric filters out all the noise. It filters out all the tire kickers, the curious neighbors, the people who click by accident. It tells you for every dollar you're spending on ads, how much it costs to get a legitimate qualified seller to agree to speak with you. Okay. Let's say, for example, you have two agents here. Agent A is bragging about his $10 cost per lead. He spends $1,000 and he gets 100 leads. Sounds great, right? But those leads are low quality. He has to chase them. They don't answer the phone. And out of those 100 leads, he manages to get only 5 booked appointments. So what is his cost per appointment? He spent $1,000 to get 5 appointments. His cost per booked appointment is $200. All right. Now let's look at Agent B. Agent B is using a system like ours, which focuses on quality over quantity. Her cost per lead is $40. She spends the same $1,000 and only gets 25 leads. Agent A is laughing at her in the Facebook group, but her leads are different. They've been through the multi-step qualification process. They've been engaged by an AI assistant. They are serious. And out of those 25 high quality leads, she books 10 appointments in total. So who is winning? What's her cost per appointment? All right, she spends $1,000 to get 10 appointments. Her cost per appointment is $100 as opposed to Agent A's $200. So she's winning, okay? It's not even close. Agent B is paying half as much for the thing that actually matters. She's having twice as many real conversations with motivated sellers. So while Agent A is wasting his time chasing ghosts, she's actually getting qualified booked appointments at a higher level. So this is why you have to track cost per appointment. It's your first real indicator of success as a real estate agent, broker, team leader. Okay, so you're booking appointments. Awesome. That's great. But an appointment on the calendar doesn't pay the bills. You have to actually conduct the presentation. That brings us to our second critical metric, cost per listing presentation. Okay. Again, the formula is very simple. You take the total ad spend divided by the number of listing presentations you actually sit down and give, whether that's in person or over Zoom. Why is this so important to track separately? Because it measures the quality of your appointments and the effectiveness of your process for getting them to show up and engage. If you're booking 20 appointments but only giving 5 presentations, you have a massive leak in your funnel. You have a show up problem. So this metric tells you how much it costs to actually get your foot in the door and pitch your services. This is the at bat number. This is your chance to swing for the fences and win the listing. Let's go back to our example with Agent A and Agent B. Now, remember, Agent A booked 5 appointments for his $1,000 of ad spend, but his appointments are low quality. They're not as invested. 2 of them no-show, and 1 of them cancels at the last minute. He ends up only getting, or rather giving 2 listing presentations. So what's his cost per listing presentation? He spent $1,000 to get 2 presentations. His CPLP, cost per listing presentation, is $500. Now, Agent B, she booked 10 high quality appointments. These people are serious. They've been nurtured. They've been reminded. They show up. She has 1 reschedule, but still conducts 9 listing presentations. What's her cost per listing presentation? She spent $1,000 to get 9 presentations. Her cost per listing presentation is about $111. So who's winning? It's a blowout. Agent B is paying almost 5 times less to get in front of a seller and present her offer. She has 9 chances to get a listing. Agent A only has 2. This is the power of tracking the right numbers. It exposes the truth beyond the vanity metrics. All right. So this is the one. This is the holy grail. This is the number that should be on a giant whiteboard in your office. Cost per acquisition, or CPA for short. But to avoid confusion with cost per appointment, let's just call it cost per acquisition. Now, this is the ultimate measure for your marketing success. It's the bottom line. Now, here's the formula. It's your total ad spend divided by the number of new clients you actually sign, the number of listing agreements that get your signature on them. So this tells you, with no ambiguity, exactly how much you have to spend on advertising to get 1 new client. This is the number that determines your profitability. This is the number that tells you whether you have a scalable business or an expensive hobby. If you know this number, you have a superpower. You can turn your marketing into a predictable mathematical equation that you can scale. You know that if you put X dollars in, you'll get Y clients out. You decide how fast you want to grow. You want 10 new listings this year? You know what it cost. You want 50? You know what it cost. So let's finish our example here. Agent A, with his 2 listing presentations, he's a decent agent. So he closes 1 of them, he signs 1 listing. What's his cost per acquisition? He spent $1,000 to get 1 listing. His CPA is $1,000. Agent B, with her 9 listing presentations, she's also a good agent and she closes, let's say, 3 of them. She signs 3 new listings. So what's her cost per acquisition? She spent $1,000 to get 3 listings. It's around $333. Now, let's put this on a scoreboard. So for the same $1,000 of ad spend, we have Agent B, 100 cheap leads, 5 appointments, 2 presentations, 1 listing. Cost per acquisition, $1,000. Agent B, 25 high quality leads, 10 appointments, 9 presentations, 3 listings. Cost per acquisition is $333 roughly. Okay. And that's awesome. Agent A is celebrating his $10 cost per lead, but he's barely breaking even. Agent B is ignoring her cost per lead and she's building an empire. She's paying 1/3 of what Agent A is paying to acquire a new client. So let's say the average commission on these listings is $10,000. Agent A spent $1,000 to make $10,000. That's a 10x ROI. That's not bad at all. But Agent B, she spent $1,000 to make $30,000. That's a 30x ROI. Who do you want to be? Okay. So how do you actually go ahead and apply all of this into your business starting today, right now? So first, you need a system to track these numbers. A simple spreadsheet will do. Every month, you track your total ad spend, the number of qualified appointments that you book, the number of presentations you give, and the number of listings you sign. And then you do the math. Second, you have to be patient. These numbers don't materialize overnight. It takes time to gather enough data to have a clear picture. So you need to run your campaigns for at least 90 days to get a true sense of your metrics. Now, third, and most importantly, you need a system that is designed from the ground up to optimize for those 3 metrics. A system that focuses on lead quality, not lead quantity. A system that uses AI and automation to qualify and book appointments, so you're not wasting your time, which is super important. It's a system that gives you the best possible chance to get in front of serious, motivated sellers. And that, of course, is what we do here at Offer AI. Now, Our entire platform is built around this philosophy. We don't promise you cheap leads. We promise you a predictable system for acquiring new clients profitably and measurably. We focus on the metrics that matter so that you can focus on what you do best, which is selling homes, building relationships, closing deals. So, if you're tired of the vanity metrics and you're ready to actually build a real, scalable, profitable business, then I invite you to book a call with us. We'll walk you through our system, show you how it works, and see if it's a good fit for you. There's no pressure at all, no hard sell, just a conversation about how you can start tracking the right numbers and finally get the ROI you deserve from your marketing. Okay, the link is down below. Make sure to check it out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.